in Maya culture in Mexico, they actually sent the women to Isla Mujeres, which is an island outside of Cancun, and they let the women be there to embrace having the period.
How she was using her period, she put it on her face. That was basically to help anti-aging.
Spirituality is one of the things that has changed my life so much that I become like a different person, but 10 times better version.
Spirituality has enabled me to embrace my sensuality. She said she's really disappointed in me.
Oh, really?
That's not going to stop me from doing what I want to do. But obviously it hurts with the fact that your dad saying that.
You know, when you're entrepreneur, there's only one rule.
Yeah.
You know what that is? There is no rules.
You are the creator of your life. I am the creator of my life. So I'm not going to let nobody dictate what is right and what is wrong. As long as I know it aligns with my soul, then I'll go with it. If it doesn't align with my soul, then I'll say, fuck it, I'm not going to do it. Hey everyone, welcome to the Cilia Li Show. I'm your host Celia. Today we've got Sylvia back in London. So I want to talk about, because you spoke about something about, after the show last time, you spoke about something, period, giving back to Mother Nature. And what exactly does it mean?
So basically, when I was in Mexico earlier this year, I was going to some excursions, and the Mayan culture was actually they valued women with period a lot. And because we give birth, we're portal of life, we give life, and they used to just walk around and let the blood just kind of run down the legs. So when I say to you, whenever you're about to have your period, what do you think about?
When I'm about to have my period?
How does it make you feel?
How does it make me feel? Just, it's natural.
Okay.
For me,
that's good.
I know. Some people, I know what you're trying to ask me. Some people still say, oh, they feel disgusting. But I don't feel that way at all. I just think it's part of the human body. It's natural, so embrace it.
Yeah.
And when I do come on, when I come on my period, I don't work out. I take it slow. I literally rest. I don't do exercise. I do less work. I will do more not that I don't meditate. I meditate anyway, but I just take it slower, rest, be in my bed, journal more, read and things like that.
That's beautiful.
So that's what I do. Yeah.
But a lot of women out there, whenever they try to control the period. One is by tablets.
Yeah.
One is, they just kind of find it really annoying. They find it's kind of like ruining their plans. If they're going out, if they go on holiday, some find it disgusting. This is kind of like a nuisance. Like they only feel like I need it only just because they had babies. Yeah. Which is a lot, and that's why people control it so much. And so because of that, so what I wanted to say that in Maya culture in Mexico, they actually sent the women to Isla Mujeres, which is an island outside of Cancun, and they let the women be there to embrace having the period. They had temazcal, they were kind of drinking the cacao, so they made it like a really special ceremony. So for them, they didn't mind that people were just walking and let the blood just get on the Mother Nature outside. And
so like the clothes, so there, did you see anyone with blood just?
No, I didn't see it, but they were just telling me about the culture, and it just was so really special, because that reminded me that I saw a few months prior to that there on Instagram that a woman was saying like she was giving her period to Mother Nature, and I was like, So ever since that, because I used the cup as well, I did feel like every time when I was just pouring it out in the toilet, I felt in the inside, what a waste. But then I didn't know what to do, or how am I gonna start this? Who am I gonna ask? Because it's not something you do or ask, because most of the people probably don't do anything with the period. So that was kind of how it started. But then, so from that on, it just really made me more aware of, like, actually, that is something that some spiritual people actually do. One is that they are very attentive to when they have the period. Like you are, you know, that's your yin time. That's your time to slow down.
Yeah, that's the time when you connect to your divine feminine.
Yeah. And you know, so it was more about that. I just saw this video, and then when I was in Mexico, it just really connected with me, as in there is so many ways to give back to Mother Nature, and I thought it's really beautiful to be able to do that, to give blood back to nature.
So giving back to, so with the period, you're saying that, let's say we would, okay, one is let it flow freely.
Yeah.
Second is, let's say if you use a cup, because you obviously, it depends where you are, because in this London society, it's not ideal to be walking freely, right?
No.
So obviously, let's say you use the cup and then pour it. Can you pour it? Would you say pour it back into earth?
You can pour in many ways. You have to do a little bit of research or speak to some women or shamans who have done it or doing it, because I think, from what my understanding, is very into the indigenous Indians before, how they were doing it. But there is different tribes were doing it differently, but you don't just go with a cup walking like that.
That's true, because if you think about it, these tampons and pads were actually invented by, I think, Western world, and like back in olden days, like I guess you wouldn't.
So I would say, like other countries, what I this is my guess now, only but while I feel, is that probably Africans, the Chinese, the other ones, they probably had it like in a cloth, and then they were in the sea, and they just washed it off, and washed it off, and that's, you know.
Giving back.
See,
that makes sense.
So that's why there's so many ways of giving back. You can do it tree, grass, you know, in the sea, in the earth, mountain. You know, it's just what feels for you.
I saw this on Instagram. So she calls herself a witch. When I say witch, people don't be like, oh my god, like it's a negative thing. It's not. It's not a negative thing when someone says they're a witch. Anyway, so she was putting on Instagram how she was using her period. She put on her face. That was basically to help anti-aging. Yeah.
Well, you have seen a lot of the skincares where they're using I think it's called like the vampire treatments, where they take blood from somewhere and just put on the face.
Yeah, so was it this treatment? I think they put like, even, to be honest, Kim Kardashian spoke about it. Exactly. So like these really small micro needles.
Yes, and put it back in.
Yeah, back in like that. Yeah.
So, you know, I think anything that comes from me comes back to me. You know, it's just like, you know, it's recycling. Recycling. It's like animals when they die, the blood, everything, it just go back to Mother Nature, right? It's like our body and stuff should go back to Mother Nature. Why should we actually burn it, right? Why don't we just give it back? Why do we have to put it in a box to rotten, right? So I think this is the way how we that's the system, and why are we trying to change it?
Yeah. When you come on your period, what do you do? Do you do any rituals? When I say ritual, not like formal rituals, but what do you do?
I don't have that much rituals, as in like you, you know. I mean, I just embrace it. I just monitor it. Like, you know, I can see the color, the texture, what I've, you know, and depending on that, I just kind of like. Sometimes I give myself more like nutrition. Yeah. So it depends really. Like I don't have like a specific ritual I do every month. Yeah. But it's just being disconnect, like like you, like whether it's just taking it easy, whether it's drinking cacao, whether it's
I saw on your Instagram that you was drinking cacao. So then I was like, oh, actually, you know, that's a good shout, because I drink cacao as well, but it makes sense because when you're on your period, like, so according to Chinese medicine, you shouldn't really have anything cold or raw or anything like that. You should always have like things that's like warming, and cacao is very warming. So, and having hot drinks. So I would that's nice. You sort of you journal and drink your cacao, and it's nice.
Sit with your intuition. And if you have some oracle cards and kind of like just connect, it's so nice. And it's new moon soon, so
You know what I realized? My period comes on. So like, you know, like the moon, that every like I think every 2 days or 3 days, everything is on different. Astrology in a different position. So for example, it goes on to moon in Gemini, moon in Capricorn, so that it moves up the whole of the month. Whenever the moon goes into my sun sign, which is Libra, Moon in Libra, that's when I come on my period. I've noticed that for the past 4 months, it does that all the time.
Wow.
And also, I don't know if you heard about it, but basically, this is like a whole another topic, but I saw this video on YouTube, and it's called, I can't remember how they described it, but basically, we have this oil, secretion oil, at the bottom of our spine, the root chakra, which is the Christ, okay, in spirituality world, the Christ. Whenever when the moon is in your star sign, sun sign, as I was saying, those 3 days you want to you want to refrain from having sex, eat healthy, and basically stay calm, and that will allow that secretion oil, which is sacred, to rise up to your pineal gland, which is called apparently called a Bethlehem, and that's how you basically have this spiritual awakening.
Oh,
yeah. So it's nothing like magical, but this is just how you sort of awaken your higher self like that. Yeah. Wow.
See, I am not that much into like astrology or numerology. Like I haven't really got into it. I had a little looked into it a little bit, obviously, knowing some numbers, and then I just kind of, because you need to be really interested to go deep, like my moon sign and house, all the houses and stuff. I'm so lost in that space.
Yeah, I'm into it. Well, I say I'm into numerology, but basically, whenever I see angel numbers like double digits, and I say, that's
I'm aware of that. Numerology as in life path and all that stuff. That is not something like I had gone that deep.
How does your children? Do you talk to them about spirituality?
They are very much aware that I am spiritual. They see things, and I think they had definitely noticed there's a difference. But at the end of the day, I am still their mommy. So, but yeah, sometimes when I have my incense, my daughter says, "Oh, it's giving me headache," and then my second daughter will say, "Well, mommy's spiritual. Of course, she's gonna have this incense." Things like that. So it's so funny. But in terms of how they are, I mean, it's not affecting them lots, because I just think that I embrace it. This is how I live my life. But what I also use is that I understand that all children, everybody, are going through their own trauma, own journey, lessons, experiences. I can't heal for them, even if, but what I can do is that guide them. I can also help them with mindset. And this is something that I have been using, and I just can see such a big difference, like how I can change my daughter who will been crying, upset, and then just shift it. It's so powerful. And so that's something.
When it comes to family, so I would say in my family I'm probably a spiritual one. And sometimes when I burn sage at home, my brother used to be like, "Oh my God, you're burning this again," like that. Or my mum and dad would be like, "What's this that you're burning?" They do think I'm weird, but I don't know how to explain spirituality to them. In Chinese, I don't
believe in labels and stuff, but some people say, "Oh, ayahuasca stuff, okay, that is spiritual." So that goes to more the, Spanish or, way. And then if you are doing meditation, is that then Buddhist? I know you're doing yoga, it's a Hinduism, So for me, it's more like spirituality is a way of being. And then each of these religions are taking some stuff and make it to their own.
How has spirituality helped you with your life?
I mentioned it in the last podcast. It was like rebirth, a big rebirth. Rebirth of not being in my head so much, or having this robotic life, or actually why do I have to be within this kind of box, the way I am, or the way I live, the way society. So I just felt like the rebirth with understanding, going within, actually healing yourself on the inside. And then once you have healed on the inside, you work on your mindset, you work on your body, you work on your emotions, which is like triggers, trauma, and being aware of it.
So you're more aware basically now.
Yeah, but aware, but once you heal it, then it's like, actually, I don't have to be perfect. I am creating the life I want. I choose the path I want to. And I think once you are happy and accepting and surrendering and loving yourself, and you work on all these areas and becoming true version of yourself, you become this superpower that you just like unlocking like deeper. And when you do that, you just vibrating on a different level, you're glowing different level, and you just become like this, and then you become like your superpower in the way that people can't trigger you easily. People who are not on your vibration, they will just kind of fade, and the ones who are coming into your path is actually vibrating on your level. And what happened is that I feel when you're feeling good, people just attracted, to you. You become like a magnet, and you be happier, and so I feel like spirituality is one of the things that has changed my life so much that I become like a different person, but 10 times better version than before.
I agree, because spirituality, for me, has helped me become more relaxed in a way, as in like just be free. Although I've always been a free spirit, but now I'm even more embracing that. Just be like, you know what, I'm gonna do me, be my true authentic self, blah blah, things like that. And also, I was saying this to my friend actually the other day. I said that spirituality has enabled me to embrace my sensuality, and I think because people, it was also with the confidence as well.
Yeah,
it definitely helped with my confidence. And I was saying to my friend, like when I was in my 20s, I was not. I feel like, not that I was ugly, but I feel like now in my early 30s, I feel like I'm on fire, to be honest with you. I think I look fire. And I definitely say it's definitely spirituality has helped me with that. Because of embracing
and working on yourself, on the inside. I was listening, there is, different, I think what's it called, Clubhouse, and there's different groups, and they were talking about like, it was a group of men, like what men really wants and stuff like that. And they were talking about how women are at the peak in the 20s and men are at the peak at 40s and all that stuff. And I'm like, what in what way? And I said, I was no way at my peak in my 20s. Like I am so much better, more confident, feel everything than I was in my 20s. In 20s, you're still a kid, you're still exploring, you still don't know what you want to do. And I did change my career in my 30s. So for me, I said, I don't believe that. I think it's in here. If anything, I think in 20s, you were more insecure. You were thinking like, oh, you worry about being judged.
So talk about that, for example, like, the Chinese culture, or many culture as well. They say like, oh, 20 is your peak time, so you better make sure you get a career sorted, otherwise when you get to 30, it's too late. So like, for example, Chinese culture, my parents, especially my dad, always say, you're in your 30s and you're not getting younger. Your golden years have passed. They wish you were in your 20s. And I hate it so much when he says that. And then the rebel me would want to prove him wrong more. And I just feel like you said, it's all his. Like, because he's just been conditioned to believe, 20s is your peak years, golden years of getting this done. 30s, you should already have your family or a career established, or all of that kind of stuff. Don't get me wrong, if you have that already established, great, good on you. But don't let the age stopping you from doing what you want to do.
Absolutely. I cannot agree more. I mean, to be honest, I would just say to your dad, like, would you rather see me unhappy, married to somebody, looking after 2-3 kids, or do you want me to be happy and just enjoy my life? And when the man that I really fall in love with, and then that's when the day comes, why should I just marry, just set it up, because that's how granddad, great granddad, whatever.
Not even on that, he was talking about my career. Saying how like I changed it, like, oh, like you still figuring out what you're trying to do. Like, I was trying to explain to him about all this podcasting, all this like what my calling is to do, which is like life coaching and all of that. And he was like, he actually said to me the other day, a couple of weeks ago, that he said he's really disappointed in me.
Oh, really?
He said that you, like, when you're in your 20s, you had a really good job, a really good career in events. Why did you choose to leave that and become a personal trainer? And now it's almost like you're still figuring out, you're not successful. And it did hurt me, but at the same time, part of me is like, I know what I'm doing, so that's not going to stop me from doing what I want to do. But obviously it hurts the fact that your dad saying that. So
I understand. Okay, so I can say when I was 23, my grandma said to me, I wish you could go university or you had a degree. I'm like, why? So I can marry to my friends' grandsons. They're all doctors or lawyers or, accountants. And then I was like, okay. But then I said, okay, I'm going to apply. And that's when I actually went from Sweden to UK. Now looking back, I feel like, okay, that was just a message for me to come to UK and create my life here. But at that time, I just wanted to make my grandma proud. That was all. And I love her so much. And so I did my university degrees and actually met my partner and stuff. But then I went into consulting jobs. I was in a bank. And if you read one of my recent Instagram posts, is about what do you see? I tell you what I see. So I was working in the bank, I was in the consultant job, I was working Canary Wharf, and I was earning good money, really good money. And then I got pregnant, and I decided I want to do something different. And I was like, what do I want to do? I just don't want to go back to the corporate. So what I did was I researched, and then I came up eyelash extensions, and I thought, do I really have like a year and a half, 2 years to study for this? And then I looked. Do you know how long the course is?
1 day.
Yeah.
Oh.
1 day. I'm like, this is crazy.
And now you got your award winning.
Yeah. I went, but then I realized it comes with practice.
Yeah.
With how good you are. It comes with service. It comes with professionalism and all that. But anyway, so when I went in that, and now I have set up a few businesses, and I am more free. I travel, I buy what I want. I just don't have somebody who, I actually was a course recently where they said employed or entrepreneur. Employed, you have to ask permission for everything, for decision, for holiday. If you're late, you've been told off.
Exactly, that's why I quit the gym.
And when you're entrepreneur, there's only one rule.
Yeah.
You know what that is? There is no rules.
There's no rule. Yeah.
Because you can choose anything. Yeah. And that is the best. I was like, and I was never ever thought I would be an entrepreneur ever in my life. I said, why should I get that? I want to have all the benefits and being on, So I was very much in and my mom and dad would be like, you left the bank job and now you are doing eyelashes. Yeah. And then so I become the lash lady. Well, and for me, it doesn't matter. I just look back, it's funny. Yeah. But I listened, I took the risk, and I have never looked back. Now my parents, I don't even have to tell the way that maybe you will feel like you would like, Dad, I'm happy, I'm successful. I don't have to, they see it. And that's when they see it, because one, I travel, I buy what I want.
That's the thing, they want something tangible. Once they see something tangible, then they will believe that you're successful. But because right now they don't even know I quit the gym. Yeah. Basically, so I am self-employed, but at the same time I half work. Like I have to be in the gym. I have to work for the gym as well, like 12 hours. Yeah. And like that. They actually don't know I've quit the gym. I've taken a massive risk because I know this is my calling to focus on this. I will tell them later, soon when I'm ready. But yeah, they just. I don't care in a way that they don't believe my vision. Yeah. But
you don't need that.
Yeah, exactly. But I just know that I can see it myself. I feel like you said, and risk is the biggest thing. I always say to people, if you want something, you have to take the risk. Bold girls make history, as Priyanka said. Yeah, absolutely. And I think the only one that needs to believe is in you. Myself. Because if they don't believe, it's because that's their limiting beliefs. That's because that's how they were programmed when they're younger. And because also they are scared themselves to take the risk, so they're projecting their fear on me.
Yeah. So I would say I wouldn't be worried, and I would just like continue going to the direction of your heart, of your passion, and what you want, because you don't know who one day will open up more opportunities.
To be honest, I'm actually like, this journey right now is actually, I'm so scared. It's scary, but at the same time I'm excited. So
how old are you now?
34.
34. I was 33 when I changed my career.
Okay.
So
it's a karmic cycle again.
Yeah, but you actually started a little bit last year with your podcast and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think, and age is just a number, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because now you know what you want. When you were 20, you didn't know what you wanted.
No, I didn't, exactly.
And I didn't know eyelash extension even existed.
Yeah.
So your dad doesn't even know what podcasting is, because that doesn't exist in there when they were younger.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain. I call it talk show. Like what you watch on YouTube is basically this, but like that.
Yeah.
But in my 20s, not that I didn't know. Well, I still didn't. Yeah, I didn't really know what I wanted, but I knew I wanted to be in events.
Yeah.
So I was clear about that. But what my end goal, what my calling was, no, I didn't know. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I said in Sweden, people go back to studying when they're 40s, when they're 50s. And I think that is such a good opportunity for, why should you, that just because you chose a job, for me was, let's say, within consulting in procurement, and for you was doing events or being a PT. Why does that choice have to be for the rest of your life? Why does people who, just because Chinese are in the restaurant business, why do they have to work till they're 65?
Exactly.
It's so hard. One of the toughest job. They have no holidays, and why would they want? Why would they want the kids to live that life?
So like when I was said to her, I'm becoming PT, and then my mum was like, I don't understand what you're thinking. You said you want to do this, and now you changed this, and now you changed this. Like, what is going on? Do you actually know what you're doing? Like, I said to them, do you understand that I'm not like you, where I'm going to work in one job for the rest of my life. I'm not going to work in one career, events for the rest of my life. No, I'm not going to do PT for the rest of my life. No. And even though they don't really, to be honest, they never really wanted me to be a PT forever. No, because they was like, you're not young forever. Although there are people actually in their 50s, 60s who are PT.
My partner is 50 and he's a PT and he is stronger, look younger and healthier than a lot of 20, 30-year-olds.
They're just obviously, it's ignorance. They don't understand it. But I'm trying to explain to them, I can't be stuck in one thing. I'm not like you. Look at you the way I'm trying to say to look at the way you're running your business. You just go in day in, day out. You're not actually enjoying it anymore. You're just doing it for survival. And that's not me. I'm doing it because it's my passion, and they'd be like, fuck passion.
No, really, no. See, you just have to know that they are coming from what they know, where they are, the opportunities they had, and just kind of leave them to it. See, when I go to shops and stuff like that, and I see some people working, whether it's in a retail or supermarket or whatever, and I was thinking like, these people working probably 6-8 hours, maybe in restaurants even maybe 10 hours. And I said, I could not have that job, because I do not have 6 to 8 hours to work and be stuck in one place. I don't even have those many hours. I said, that is not possible. I have children, I have a home, I have a dog, I have a business, and I have my gym, and I need to enjoy life a little bit and me time. And when will I have time to work 8 hours a day? So for me, it's like I know there's a lot of people who are employed, but what I'm trying to say is that for me, it's like I can't be stuck like that. And also, it's nothing wrong having passion in different areas. Like if you do PT, do a few. If you like to do classes, dance classes, why don't you have few a week? If you like to do podcasts, you can do 2-3 a week. It doesn't mean that you have to be doing full-time 8 hours every day. Like me, I am, besides the home and mom and all that stuff, I have 5 businesses. I am a coach, I'm a lash artist, I'm a entrepreneur. I have a lot of businesses where I need to focus a little bit time on. But 8 hours in one place, that is like not even,
it's killing your soul, your spirit.
I don't even have that. When am I going to go gym if I'm going to go home? So when I see like parents who get kids ready, then take them to school, then go to work, then come home to pick the kids up. I'm like, when do you have time to go gym? When do you have time to cook, clean, and then you have to do homework? I'm like, you're exhausted, and it's just
that's
like
why you always hear, like, for example, when in the gym, when a PT like laid some like, not just my clients, like even like members, they will be like, I just don't have time to exercise. It's because like they working in a job, well, not trying to like put their job down, but they're working in a job where probably they don't even like, and they have children, And then it's like but the thing is, they forget to put themselves first. They forget. Although yes, their mother, I get it, that you love your children, but they actually do forget to put themselves first.
Yeah, or at least put some time away where this is me time.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, just like I said to a friend, you know, because she's pregnant with a second child, and she's like, I feel like not myself, I'm tired, and that obviously when you are, you know, pregnant, your energy goes to the baby. But I said, when was the last time you just enjoyed a coffee for an hour, half an hour, or not just quickly drinking? When was the last time you just sat with yourself, you know? And that is so important. If anything, that is the most important, I think, is having the time alone, just to, whether you do nothing, whether you just meditate, whether you just read a book, whether you just sit in the nature, or just enjoy being present.
Yeah.
And for me, it's so important. So for me, the me time is super important. And you need to have a little bit every day.
Right, so we have to wrap it up here.
Okay.
It was actually, you know what, it ended up flowing, talking about, I think it's actually what we spoke about, the career and taking risk in life, is actually think it's applies to a lot of people. So yeah, I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, good. I think you just have to, you know, listen to yourself, be true to yourself, believe in yourself. You don't need other people's approval or ask them. You don't even have to ask them. You know, it's your life. So I would say just go for, you know, what feels good for you, as long as it doesn't hurt other people, and say yes to you. Yeah,
like I said, I always say to people, like, you are the creator of your life. I am the creator of my life. So I'm not going to let nobody dictate what is right and what is wrong. As long as I know it aligns with my soul, then I'll go with it. If it doesn't align with my soul, then I'll say, fuck it, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. 100%.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening and watching. And until next time, love you lots.